Hey you guys, Sierra McVeigh here, coming to you from the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills, and I'm hanging out with the incredible Natalie Dormer. How are you?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy 2016.
Yes, I know. Happy New Year.
How's the year starting out so far for you?
Really good, I have to say.
So I'm really excited to talk to you about The Forest, which comes out this Friday. First off, why don't you tell me a little bit about the movie and your character, Sarah, in the movie?
Sure, I play Sarah, who is a very together woman when you first meet her. Great house, great husband, great job, living the perfect life, and she gets a phone call and she gets told by some Japanese authorities that her sister has disappeared into the Okagahara forest.
I'm looking for my sister. She went into forest. I want to hire a guide.
No guide. Forest is very dangerous.
Oh my God, that's her tent.
Jess! Yes! You cannot stay after dark.
I'm not leaving without my sister.
Yes!
Shit gets real fast.
It gets real. It really does. I saw it. It gets real. It's creepy. It's eerie. It's a great movie. It's a little different from what we're used to seeing you in. So what was it about The Forest that made you want to be a part of it?
Yeah, this is my first horror movie. And to me, what hooked me with The Forest was I loved this premise that a woman who seems so together and in control of her life goes to a place where ultimately her inner demons, all this stuff that she's kept repressed since childhood, get reflected back at her. And we all have baggage, you know, and we all have demons and
skeletons in the closet.
Skeletons in the closet and stuff we, that we regret. And I just thought it was a really interesting premise for a horror movie, a clever psychological horror movie that you could end up somewhere where that stuff got reflected back at you, and how you would cope with that.
Now, are you a fan of horror movies at all?
No, I'm a wimp.
Yeah.
I find them hard to watch.
Yeah.
I don't get a kick out of being scared. I'm a film snob, so I love a good film, whatever genre it is. So there are horror movies that I love. I love The Orphanage. I love The Others. I enjoyed It Follows last year. I'm not like a massive horror geek because I'm a scaredy cat.
Right. Did this movie kind of help you with watching those movies? Do you feel a little tougher now that you know how it goes down?
Yeah, I suppose when you break down the technical level of it and you try and look
that
at it.
Help you.
I think maybe it would have helped me a little bit. I haven't sat down and watched a horror movie since I've made The Forest. So you're right, this is an experiment. I should try.
The forest that's in the movie is actually based on a real forest in Japan, and you actually went to it before you started filming. What was that experience like for you?
It's a beautiful place. I mean, it really truly is a beautiful countryside. And there's families hiking, and it's a beautiful forest, but the point is they're on the path. You know, you don't leave that path because it's so dense, and the iron ore that's under the ground there does mess with your cell phones. I mean, it's not somewhere I would want to be alone after night.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And then one thing I noticed too with this film, there's a lot of physical acting. There's a lot of falling, a lot of jumping, running. Did you do your own stunts for the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I had a stunt double and she was great. But especially there's one moment when I fall through a sinkhole and we both got harnessed to do it, and I did it when she did it. I like the physical stuff. You know, it's the same with the Hunger Games. I really do get a kick out of the physical stuff.
Yeah.
So I got battered and bruised quite a bit. I was rubbing arnica on my knees every night.
Well, you're a really active person anyways, too. I heard that you're running the London Marathon in April.
Yeah, I am. It will be my second one that I'm running in April.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, now I have to get into the training. Now
I was about to ask if you started training
I
yet?
know, it's like the Christmas binge is over. So now I'm like, oh God, what have I done?
To.
But yeah, and it's for charity as well. So when you can't get up out of bed in the morning, you just think about what you're doing it for, and it motivates you.
Very nice. And then also, looking back on filming the movie, is there maybe a favorite on-set moment that really stands out for you?
Oh, that's a lovely question. I mean, I just had so much fun working with Taylor Kinney, my co-star in this. There is one scene, and I can't really go into detail with you because it will be a spoiler. He plays this character of Aidan so well. It's almost a bit like how I play Marjorie Terrell. You can't read him. You don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Is he sincere or not? And he had a lot of fun like playing with it on different levels, and he'd crack me up one take, and then he'd like really like psych me out another. Taylor. So, I mean, I think he had some fun with this role, and I really enjoyed working with him.
Very cool. Is there maybe something you learned from him while working on the film?
Learned a lot about Chicago. Apparently, I need to go.
Oh, really?
I've only popped to Chicago once, but
go to Chicago.
I need to go to Chicago more because I was shooting every day. Because I was, that's the whole point.
Right.
Of the forest is you're with Sarah the whole time. But Taylor would go off and hike and tell me about what he'd seen and what he'd been doing. So I was a little bit jealous there.
All right, so you got to go hiking and go check out Chicago.
I know. I don't know if I can I merge those two things? I probably can't hike around Chicago.
But, make it like a double trip or something.
Yeah.
Stop in Chicago and then go off hiking at the same trip. Is there a favorite scene that you're most excited for audiences to see?
There's the scene very near the end with Taylor.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the movie's building to.
Definitely.
So it's a good payoff.
Yeah.
Towards that last 20 minutes of the movie.
Definitely.
15 minutes of the movie, there's a good payoff there.
I got to ask you a little bit about Game of Thrones because we're all so excited for it to come back in April. And I know you guys have already started shooting.
We finished,
You finished shooting. Without giving too much away, what can you kind of tell us? What can fans expect with this new season?
Well, this is a really interesting one, as it was announced a couple of days ago that George is not going to have published the book in time for the new season to come out.
Yeah.
So we're ahead. David and Dan, the creators of the show, genuinely are. We're walking on, fresh snow.
Yeah.
That is,
winter is coming.
Winter is coming. So that I think has to really pep it up because there are no book readers that are ahead of the game and ahead of the story anymore. We're all on a level playing field now.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And then what about Marjorie? What can you kind of tell us? Where's her storyline going to go?
Marjorie's in a dark, damp, cold cell and she's hungry and she's tired and she's stressed.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit. That's where Marjorie is.
Okay. I didn't think you were going to give me
hungry.
Too much. She's hungry.
She needs a shower.
Maybe a change of clothes would be nice.
Yeah.
And then one thing I love about the show too is there's so many strong badass characters on Game of Thrones. If you could go back and switch characters, male or female, Marjorie not included, who would you love to play?
I'm a little bit in love with Rory's character, the Hound, and I thought that was a really great character. What I love about Thrones is when it takes a character and you start by hating them and slowly you find yourself coming around to them, and then really feeling for them. And I mean, obviously there are some people that are completely irredeemable, like Joffrey. But I love it when Jamie Lannister, or what happened with the Hound was when you find yourself that you've become attached to the character without realizing it, and that's really good quality writing.
I love it. And then 2015 was such an incredible year for you. What was maybe the biggest lesson you learned throughout the year that you're taking with you into 2016?
More vacations.
That's a good one. Need some time off.
Just remember to stop as well. As well. No, I mean, I learned so much last year. I really did. I worked with some amazingly talented filmmakers, and I'm about to embark on a movie that I co-wrote, so I feel like I've got a very steep learning curve this year as well. So getting all the ducks in the row to make that really happen in Darkness, that we're going to start shooting in London in March. I'm on a steep learning curve at the moment.
That's a good one. And then also, you've been in the industry for quite some time, almost 10 years. What's been the best advice that you've ever received, and who said it to you?
God, that's a tough one, because I've worked with a lot of incredible older actors and impressive directors. You just shut up and you watch.
Yeah,
when you watch the Ridley Scotts of the world, or the Diana Riggs, or the Woody Harrelsons, or Julianne Moores, when you find yourself around those people, then you just shut up and you watch is the sensible thing to do. So the Anthony Dodd Mantles, the cinematographers, and so on and so forth, you just
And then last question, why should everyone go out and see The Forest when it comes out this Friday?
Because it's going to pep you up with your New Year blues, because Christmas and New Year is over and you need a kickstart to your New Year. You're going to have a bit of a fright, but hopefully it's going to get under your skin and make you have a little think about things as well. So who would you get on a plane across the world for and walk into a haunted forest for in your life? Did you get a good enough Christmas present?
Yeah, exactly. Who's that person?
From your
Is that
sibling.
for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm so so excited for The Forest, so excited for Game of Thrones, everything you have coming up this year. So excited for you. And you guys, for more on Natalie and The Forest, make sure you head to hollywire.com and Hollywire TV. See you guys later.